Every once in a while, a review comes along and I get really, really excited. This is one of those reviews that I've wanted one of these forever. I don't know, yeah, as long as I can remember. Vacuum sealer machine made by Elegant Life, because that's what you have when you have a vacuum sealer machine. So, simple operation, wet and dry, multi-package work, separate seal. So the basic premise, I'll open it up in a second, the basic premise is that you're able to suck out the air, which reduces oxidization, your food won't go bad as fast, and seal it up with this little thing, however it works. We're going to get it right into that. So let's, without further ado, let's do the unboxing and we'll see what's inside. Voila, there's everything that came in the box. I had to speed that up a bit because it was taking forever. So let's speed up again and I'll get everything out of the plastic. And there we are. That is everything that it comes with. I've already played with this a little bit. This is going to be your sealer cutter offer, I bet. In there you can see the roll of bags. They're going to have a roll of, maybe it's a tube. I presume it's going to be a tube. There's a little tab here. I'll move that up. It says tear off before use. So you definitely want to take this and peel this off, and that's going to make it look even sexier because it'll reveal the true non-fingerprinted shiny nature of this beautiful sealer machine. 4 simple buttons on the upper side, on the right side here. It comes with, now there's a lot of stuff here. I'm going to have to pause the video and research and read the instructions, but some suction tubes, different adapters. So I'm going to go through and read the included instructions, and through the magic of video I'll be right back and be able to explain this and plug it in, and I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it right away. We're going to get right to it and see how this thing works. There's the instructions one side, there's the instructions on the other side. So two-sided, maybe 3 panels. Pretty brief, but pretty thorough, it looks like, just from first glance. Let's go through quickly, and I'm going to do this on camera the first time so you can see how easy it is to go through. I'll go through some of the components of it first, now that I've kind of learned a little bit about it. So over here you've got your buttons. You have dry, moist, seal, and cancel. So these are used for, obviously, dry ingredients. If you're going to be bagging dry ingredients, moist ingredients, you're going to click that. And then seal is what's going to heat seal the bag closed, and cancel if you need to cancel at some point. This here is just a slicer, so once it's sealed and it's all done, you can run that across, and it actually runs a tiny little hook with a razor on the inside that'll just go across and cut that bag and take it, so you can take it away. Inside the machine it comes with this roll of plastic. Now this is a special heat sealable plastic. There's a little green tab here, so you're simply going to pull this off. Now this is a really long tube of plastic, so the end is open, right? So you're going to have to, the first time you use this, you're going to have to take this, and they recommend pulling it out quite far. I'm going to pull it out to about there. You need to seal the bottom, what's going to become the bottom of the next bag. So what we're going to do is we'll get it plugged in here. I'll go through some of the other things before we do that. So this is the vacuum chamber in here. This is the actual vacuum port. There's another button here if you want to do separate vacuuming. Earlier I showed it came with these hoses and these different attachments. These are for like a Ziploc type bag system, or some sort of thermos. If you want to vacuum seal a container, you simply hook this up to this right here, and that's going to give you a line, and then you press the button and it'll vacuum seal whatever container you're going to use. So if you're using it for that purpose, these are your components that you'll want to use for that. Moving on, this is the vacuum chamber, as I said. If you look up in here, there's the other side of the vacuum chamber. Maybe I'll tilt this a little bit, we can see. So this is the rubber matting that's going to, when it's closed, it'll go onto this. This is the heating element here. So this is what's actually going to get quite hot. You won't want to be touching that after you've been using it for a while, for sure. When you close it up, it closes quite hard. There's 2 points here you can see where it's just say to press down. I'll pull it up and press it, and you can hear it click and lock there. That's the state you want it in when you're going to go ahead and either press dry or moist and then seal, so that it forms a good seal in there and it's able to seal the bag and withdraw the moisture properly. And then to open it again, there's a button on this side and a button on this side. You simply press those and that opens it up and you're able to take out and use your product. So let's go ahead and I'm going to make a slightly larger bag. They recommend 8 inches from the product in the bag to the sealing head here. So I'm going to make a slightly larger bag. I have some quick oats that I thought I would, just for demonstration purposes, that'd be a dry material of course. I'll make a bag, put the quick oats in there, and we'll seal it and see how well the vacuum function works here. So I'm pulling out the reasonable sized bag, what I think I will need for this particular one. It's kind of centered and lined up. It's well within the heating element area. I'm going to close this, two-hand, hear the click to lock, and I'm just going to press seal because there's no content. So I'll start with seal. The light turns green, and that was about 10 or 12 seconds. I fast forwarded the video, of course, for video. It blinks a couple of times, and it went out to tell me that it is complete. To cut the bag, before I open it, to cut this bag off, I'll simply run that across a single time, push the buttons on the side, and open it up, and I have a bag ready to go. So now I can curl this back in here, and I'll put some of these oats into this bag. So I'll pour some oats into my newly made bag. Okay, and so there we are. I'm going to have it so that the opaque type plastic is on the bottom. That's the thicker of the two. So you want to set that like that. We're going to set this up into here like so. And so it's going to seal in there. We want the top of the bag to be in the vacuum chamber. And now we're going to close this. Hear the click. Now for this, of course, we're using dry oats, so it's going to be a dry product. So we're going to hit dry. It's now vacuuming the bag. That's doing an excellent job. And then I'll press seal. I didn't have to press seal, it was already doing it. So I just pressed dry, it automatically went to seal. I didn't have to press that. Seal's going to blink twice, and it's done. Now, the bag is already cut off. I don't need to cut it off again. If I wanted to, though, I would cut it off, and it would leave me a nice edging there. So I will. I'll go ahead and cut the top of that bag off. Open up my container. Here's the leftover piece that I just cut off. That's not needed. And this is vacuum packed. This is vacuum packed to the point where it's actually difficult to bend. I would say that there is very little air in there. So, wow, what an incredible thing. I've wanted one of these for so long, and now I've got my very own. So, that's it in a nutshell. That was for a dry product, of course. The only difference in a wet product would be you'd press the moist button, and it would go through the same action. So there you have it. If you're going to go on a camping trip or you want to, vacuum pack some, I'm working on beef jerky for this. I'll be vacuum packing a bunch of stuff, and this is a tremendous little machine. So it also comes with this spare rubber strip, and all that is if this wears out or gets damaged, this is a spare vacuum strip. It pulls apart, and if one of these gets damaged, either the top one up here or the bottom one down here, then you can simply replace it with this spare black foam piece. You can imagine it's pretty important that you have an excellent seal along this area, so the vacuum portion of this machine can work well. This is everything that came in the kit. I gotta say I'm really impressed with this this unit. I'm going to be using it a lot for be doing some beef jerky. I'll be doing a number of things. I'm really impressed with the quality, the way it works. The amount of air that it was able to suck out of there is incredible. This is really like you'd find in the supermarket, vacuum sealed products. And this will extend the life of the food that you have in this package, of course. I don't know if that I would do it for something like dry oats. Maybe I would if I was going camping though. So quite an excellent product. If you're looking for a vacuum seal unit, this is 2 thumbs up from me for sure. I really like this, and I'll be using it a lot.